Welcome back into the second game of the first series of the day. It is a 3-series. We're going to be stepping back into MoneyMakers versus Team Sibe. Team Sibe in that first game just looked really, really good. You know, looked like they defied all expectations from coming into the rest of the tour because, they, like I say, they hadn't even won a game, never mind a series before today. But Moneymakers, maybe they're going to have a bit of a response here in the second game because, well, they've looked a little bit better here. 3 and 3, 2 and 3, 3 and 2, 3 and 2. 3 and 2 because they want to push up onto Team Sexy here. Team Sexy being 5 and 2. So if they win their remaining 2 series, they will be able to force out tiebreakers with Team Sexy. If not, unfortunately, they don't go anywhere. So it is up to, let me just take a look. Yeah, if Moneymakers don't win the series, Team Sexy are confirmed into Division 1 with Navi Senior. Moneymakers, Navi Junior, Storm will all be safe in Division 2. And then Matrashka, Cybercats, and Sibe, well, maybe not if Sibe lose this one, but if Moneymakers lose this, Sibe will be in with a chance of surviving into Division 2 for a little bit longer. But it will all come down to what happens in this next series between Cybercats and Matrashka. So we will be able to get ourselves into the draft here. This time, Moneymakers, they ban out the Pango once again. Beastmaster goes for Sibe, excuse me. Just seems like the name hasn't been updated here. But
10 seconds remaining.
what do...
Radiant team back.
Because the Medusa's still there, they're going to ban out the Spirit Breaker. Yeah, the Medusa, the Broodmother, the Bat Rider. What else are we seeing? Pugner isn't really first phase ban-worthy. Morphlin, Undying, how could I forget after that last game? Maybe because he didn't look that great.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
What do they want to go? They ban out the Techies, actually. So again, the Broodmother gets through, the Medusa gets through, Doom.
Radiant team pick.
Undying comes out. Moneymakers, what's their response to this one? Because the Morph has kind of suffered a little bit in the game, playing up against the Undying. Not to the point where it's, you know, an unwinnable game. But in series that I've seen, the Undying is a nice answer early on to the Morph.
Radiant team pick.
They're going to go for it anyway. Okay. And what's Sibe's reply? Because, I mean, Moneymakers have the next pick. But do they want to go into that Doom straight away? Is their second pick here on the side of Sibe?
10 seconds remaining.
Which I don't think would be awful.
5 seconds.
We've already
remaining.
seen in that last game, you know, the Doom, even though it didn't like rock the hand of Midas Octarine all the way through, the Pugner comes out here for Moneymakers. Okay. So you're gonna be able to give him his life back, you know, the Agi shift right down, and then just a quick reset from the Pugner coming out. But yeah, kefteme, wouldn't be surprised to see the Doom come through here.
10 seconds
Excuse me,
remaining.
Sibe in the second pick for the first phase.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Should have Terrorblade again. Okay, even though the Morphlin kind of runs over Terrorblades in most games. In that last game, it looked really good. You know, like I say, even being able to snatch the Terrorblade's form with the when the illusions come out, it still looked like the Terrorblade was in control. He was doing the damage. Morphlin was top of the net worth, but the team coming through from the side of Sibe just were able to pick off heroes one by one, and all of a sudden this Morphlin doesn't look too strong coming up against the Terrorblade after that. Miss Sibe, what do you want about our Pugner? So you maybe want to take it with the Storm Spirit.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah. And what's left? So you still have the...
Dire team ban.
They ban out the Doom. Yeah, I was just thinking, because, I mean, now you've got your carries out. What do you want to be faced up against the mid lane? Again, the Queen of Pain looks really good. And runs over a lot of mid laners. I don't really know what the answer is for the Queen of Pain at the minute.
10 seconds remaining.
As opposed from, like, making rotations in from your supports, you know, put the pressure on him in the lane that way, but I don't know, like, 1v1, what the answer to the Queen of Pain is. Puck looks alright in a lane stage, but doesn't really have that Queen of Pain impact, because the Queen of Pain, once he gets the Ag Scepter going, the Sanjin Kaya coming out as well, just throws damage out for fun. which I suppose is what the hero likes to do anyway. It's in the
Dire
name, the Queen
team
of Pain.
ban.
Lycan and Clockwork both being banned out here. Moneymakers, they don't want to be overwhelmed early on. Wonder if they ban out the Ench as well. Sibi. Thinking about this one. I mean, Moneymakers do have that first pick in the next phase, so we'll see what it's going to be for them.
5 seconds remaining.
And with the Storm Spirit being banned out, would you still want to go back? I mean, the Queen of Pain still isn't a bad pick for Moneymakers. I like to say, against all the popular heroes, the Ember Spirit, the Void Spirit, Storm Spirit, Puck, it seems to be the one that's kind of coming out on top most of the time.
Radiant team ban.
So they ban out the Brood.
Radiant
Ah, I completely forgot about the Brood Mother.
team pick.
Oh shit, the Timber. So, I've been watching the Timber Saw in the Southeast Asian region. It has been ruining lanes. Like, completely just taking the game by the scruff of the neck and you run in with them. So, Moneymakers now completely forgot about this hero, but they will be able to pick up the Timber Saw. That is two really strong heroes in their roles. Morph, I'd say, probably one of the best carries in the game. Timber Saw, one of the best offlaners in the game. So, kefteme, how do they want to respond to this one? What is their next round of picks? I'd still probably want the Queen of Pain to come out. But what else would you want to go for? Magic damage, I guess? I mean, the Undying shouldn't be too bad against the Timber Saw as well in the laning stage. If this is going to be the pause 5, could you just constantly decay him back and decay him back? So it isn't awful here still for Sibi. They go for the Primal Beast. Primal Beast Darkseer. I hope this is the offlane. If you don't know, this is one of the scariest offlanes in the game because you've got the Iron Shell that can come through, you onslaught in with the Iron Shell, and then the Darkseer surges you while you're doing your little, you know, having your little tantrum. And it is just, yeah, the extra movement speed means the trample damage, it just adds up and 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 up. And yeah, you get like max trample efficiency from that. So I really wouldn't mind this being like the 3 and the 4 combo here for kefteme, and just looking to pick up. I mean, it's still nice. It means you get early levels. The Primal can go for rotations, go for ganks if it is like the mid laner. Get some early experience, which means the Pulverize comes out a little bit earlier as well. I like it as an offlane combo. And Moneymakers, how do they want to respond? Because they're going to go in for the Lich. Okay, so this is how you stop the trample. You get the Sinister Gaze off. You just stop him in his tracks. Onslaught there too, as long as you got the quick fingers to do it. Pulverize too, if you've got the, you know, if you're not the one being pulverized and stunned up.
10 seconds remaining.
Adaptive Strike, another one. I suppose you're going to go for, if this is a mid lane, Primal Beast though goes for a quick BKB. As they do ban out the Puck. Yeah, you don't want them coming out. You've got high mobility coming through from the Darkseer as well as a Primal Beast. Terrorblade that wants to go around the edge of the fight, but not in the middle of it early on. So, yeah, the Puck a really nice ban there.
10 seconds remaining.
Ember, going to be banned out here from Moneymakers. And Moneymakers do have that final pick again, so it's going to be Moneymakers responding. To whatever Sibi pick up as their last pick here.
Radiant team ban.
And both teams thinking the main laner. So they ban out the Queen of Pain on kefteme. Really surprised that they didn't pick that up for themselves. If the Void Spirit gets banned out here as well, which it didn't look great in the last game, to be honest. It looked pretty bad.
10 seconds remaining.
So
5
Moneymakers.
seconds remaining.
What is the final ban here? They've got themselves 1 minute and 37 seconds left in reserve time. So they can take a bit of time to discuss what they want to be banning out, what they're going to reply with, depending on what comes out from the side of Sibi. What really they don't want to be playing up against in the mid. Again, it could still be that Timber Saw and the Primal Beast mid. And they ban out the Shadow Fiend. Okay, so Sibi, 55 seconds left in reserve time, so just under a minute and a half here to think about their final pick. Is it going to be the mid Primal Beast? Do they want something else? Maybe like a... What else could they go for?
10 seconds remaining.
As a support. Has the techies got banned out straight away?
5 seconds remaining.
Ogre really isn't a support hero anymore. More an offlane hero. Wind Ranger is still there, because again we see that every so often if Sibbe want to pick that up as a mid laner. Sniper... Ooh, Sniper wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Well, again, it depends on what Moneymakers pick, because Moneymakers obviously going to be able to get the response mid laner for mid laner if it's going to go that way. TA's really greedy, actually, if you go for a TA on the side of Sibbe. Maybe... Erase, does he play Tinker? Or maybe like a Necrophos to come out. I'm just naming mid laners now. I have like zero idea how Sibbe want to draft this one.
Enchantress.
It's going to be the Ench. So it is going to be the position for Enchantress. And with that mid lane Primal Beast coming out, how do Moneymakers want to respond? Do they put the Timbersaw in the mid lane up against this Primal Beast? And look for another offlaner, or do we have something up our sleeves? Batrider got banned out in the second phase, yeah, so that's not going to be here. Maybe something like a Dragon Knight that fairly tanky, doesn't take a lot of harass, or can take the harass from the Primal Beast. Shrug it off with the Dragon's Blood. Good tower pusher. Some good siege damage, good rotations. Dragon form is nice to fight with. I suppose if you look at the Sibbe combination, as long as that is the Enchantress Darkseer offlane and not an Enchantress position 5, which could still be the Enchantress position 5. But if it's the Darkseer Enchantress offlane, you've still got the chase down with the Darkseer Anshel into the Surge, and then the Enchantress gets the enchant as well to slow heroes down. It means you're not going to be at the mercy of the Sinister Gaze coming out from the Lich on the lane. Maybe a little bit, but for the most part, it is still a lot of damage that can come out. And Sibbe doesn't have to worry about one of the big damage dealers being controlled out by just a single target spell. So Moneymakers coming through all of this reserve time down to 23 seconds. What are we looking at? Maybe if it is a Timbersaw mid, you go for something like the Axe pickup on Moneymakers. No, it's going to be the Enigma. So yeah, mid Timbersaw to come out against the Primal Beast. Again, I still don't like this pick. Yeah, BB on the offlane Enigma this time. Maybe go... I mean, not even maybe. Has to dedicate maybe. Probably wants to dedicate a slot to the Greaves early on. You've got, again, some cancel coming through. If you drop that black hole and you don't get Class Recruiter on there, he drops the wall and the vacuum on top of you. Yeah, I don't know. Erase, if he finds like a Blink Dagger, can find the angle to come in for the Pulverize, as long as the Enigma isn't in the very middle of the black hole. Erase might be able to get a flank off and get the cancel off. So, we'll see.
5 seconds remaining.
But I think can't believe I'm saying this, but favor of the Sibbe lineup, I think Moneymakers... I don't know what the anchor point is to, you know, maybe set up for this black hole, and if he can't get a Blink Dagger early on, I think Sibbe is just going to be able to cancel it forward, damage him out again. You don't catch the Terrorblade, he pops the Meta, he's got the illusions that just rush down BB's health. If you do and you don't catch the Primal Beast with a Blink Dagger, over the top, Pulverize comes out. So, I don't know. I mean, Moneymakers, again, should be coming into this one as the favourite. Sibbe looked good in the last game, but was it just a fluke? Was it one of those games that we have to run back? Well, we're going to find out, because the sample size, it's not going to be one. We're going to have at least 2 games here for Sibbe to prove that they deserve to keep their place in Division 2. Moneymakers, again, they desperately want to push into a win here to get themselves into Division 1. But before we get into that, we'll take a quick word from our sponsors over at EGB, and then we're back to see how the second game's going to go, whether it is going to be the win here for Sibbe, closing out the first series of the DPC tour, or whether the Moneymakers will be able to force it back to a 3-game series. We'll find out from this quick word from EGB.
bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system, welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And as we get ourselves into it, take a look at the odds. Yeah, 2.45 this time. A little bit more deserved, I think, here for Sibe. And we'll see a 5-man rotation coming out from Sibe. Whether they're actually going to find anyone, because they're, if they go for enchant level 1, you've got the... What do you want to go for? The onslaught in, maybe? It's not the worst, you know, the Iron Shell to push down as well. You put that onto a race as he gets that dive in. It's not the worst level 1 potential in the world. Coming out from the side of Sibe. But it likes it, Moneymakers. They're going to play it on the other side of the map. They're playing it safe. Not sure where everybody on the side of Moneymakers is, so they hold their high ground. And yeah, Moneymakers are going to be away from this potential level 1 gank.
30 seconds to battle.
So, we'll see what's going down. Velo's going to be able to get a really nice one out. Igor will see the Undying walking away, though. So, did they go for a D-Ward? Did he actually have it? Who has the sentries? Okay, they might actually still stack up for this one. They're trying to protect. They're trying to force out 3 runes to go their way. Yeah, Igor comes through. And you can see that already they're going to try and put some harass out. Igor coming through with the Whirling Death onto Valor. But they get the stone away. Sibe played this one really nice. BB, he's already coming back for the demonic conversion. So they are going to give up 3 bounty runes. Not a first blood going the way of Sibe, but 3 bounty runes. Just a little bit of a... it's a nice bonus coming into this early game. And it's actually going to be the off-lane Velo Undying. So he can walk himself up. Iron Shell, he's got the decays. A lot of damage to come through onto the Morph lane. And yeah, the damage that comes through in this lane, you do want that kind of melee 4 if you are playing the Undying, just to run yourselves up. Mid lane, though, the trample comes through. Igor, look at this damage, even with the Whirling Death coming through here. Erase, he really does not care. He's just going to be able to come up, just say, thank you very much. I'm going to trample it all over you. And this is actually, for the Timber Saw here, Igor. You know, the Timber Chain isn't really going to be effective in the mid lane because you have to be playing one side of the river or the other to get that Timber Chain away at level 1. So if you're playing in the actual river itself, the trample comes through, Igor taking a whole lot of damage. Release the race. Going to be able to push this one towards the tier 1. So we'll see how that one's going to go. For now, not great for Igor. He is picking up the last hit, so it's just that he's going to have to burn through a whole load of regen. There's both heroes in the mid lane going towards the bottle. Bottom lane, Lucas taking these decay damages. Yeah, I suppose Lucas should be okay for him in the sense that he is a ranged hero. So he doesn't have to play right up in the creep's face, so he's going to be able to dodge off some of the Iron Shell damage, but not a whole lot. Top lane, BB. Yeah, Metamorphosis comes out. They're going to have some more control coming through. Pugna, how's he looking now as well? Enchantress level 1 does have that enchant level 1. So they're looking to kind of do the same thing they did with the Bat Rider in the last game. You come through, you've got the Flame Break to push him back. In this case, it's the enchant blow. And then you've got the impetus damage instead of the Firefly to come through. Trying to throw out the reflections at level 1 Metamorphosis, but Valor will be able to get the kill onto Lucas. Yeah, I didn't know either, Observer. It's okay. So Valor does take down Lucas. We take a look at... I'll take a look at the death summary for you. Soul Rips coming through, vacuum into the Iron Shell damage, and the right clicks from Valor, just enough to get the kill into the Morph. Here now with that Ench level 2, the impetus coming through. And I think BB, he's going to suffer in this lane, even as the offlaner this time, the Enigma. It's not great, it's not amazing for him. But he does have the point to the Maleficent. He needs to stop the aggression coming through, which, I mean, again, Astago is going to be able to force themselves away from the healing Lotus on the side, so no Lotus Fruit from the fountain. And it looks like Nesphia, who picks it up actually, because Astago's low on mana. So Astago, he might just pick it up and pop it. He's waiting. There he goes. Top lane, Nesphia once again having a great time. And Morphlin, not really. He's got a creep wave to farm up here, but it's not looking good here for the Morph. As class recruits are just trying to pick up the farm on the Darkseer. Kind of the same for Igor in the mid lane. Igor, I mean, he's going to have 1 point in the timber chain, so it is a long walk back to the range of the trees, but he will have that extra bit of reach, that extra bit of escape to come through. And then a race follows you in with the onslaught, and you're back to square one on Igor. Because it's not right-click damage there with the trample coming through. A race looking to even split the cut the wave, pull this one back towards him. Bottom lane, the vacuum comes through. They get a kill onto Lucas. Can they get the kill now onto Slayer? Slayer with the Frost Blast onto Class Recruiter, but the Soul Rip comes through. Class Recruiter and Veilhawk picking up 2 more kills. 3 for 0 on the side of Sibe. Where has this team been all tour? Mid lane, MoneyMakers. Some harass coming out here onto the Timbersaw. Erase. Looks like Erase wants to carry on coming through here on the Primal Beast. And yeah, 2 points at the trample. Nothing into the uproar just yet because he's not really taking uproar damage. No right clicks. It's all the Will and Deaths coming out. I suppose you can get it just because. But yeah, for the minute, the trample more effective here for the Primal Beast in the mid lane. We'll see the pull coming through. Slay, does he want to try and contest onto this one? A lot of damage onto Vela. Vela has all level 1 into the Soul Rip. No Tombstone. I wonder if he picks it up at level 4. Just so they can get these zombies out. Maybe potentially dive onto the tier 1 tower as well with the Iron Shell. With the Decay, Surge comes through the zombie. Well, you usually see them shamble, but that's more like a 28 days later zombie there with Vela. That movement speed come through. Timber Chain out. And Timbersaw having to play it, he can't cross the river. He can't go past the halfway line in the river because if he does, he's out of tree range, and it means that the Primal Beast is going to be able to do trample damage to him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So Bounty comes out top lane as well. BB's going to go for the TP, but isn't damage going to be there? The Reichler's coming through. The Centaur Stomp from the Enchantress to get the kill into BB in the top lane, and now Bignum does he get himself away from this one, trying to trade off into Astigore. Astigore, there is going to be the Nether Blast coming through here, Bignum. But while this is going on, you've got the Metamorphosis, you've got the Centaur, and you've got the damage. Crapify comes up. Bignum does get the kill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This is going to be a lot of damage now as well. The rotation comes through. Igor might be able to get the kill. Nesphere, though, no way to stop the TP. He's just going to TP himself right back towards that tier 1 tower. And the burst damage, it was not enough. It does mean that in the mid lane, Race is going to get a free lane as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So what are they going to be able to do? This tier 1 tower on the top lane, down to 1200 health. Left to about just under 600 health. Ooh, Slayer could be in trouble. The onslaught's going to be coming in. Do they go the grab now as well? Slayer, the trample damage, it might be enough. And yeah, Slayer not going to be able to get himself away. Erase, he pops the pulverize, they get the kill. And Erase, he's going to go home, or at least back to the lane happy here with what transpired on that gank. You look at Igor, he is fine. He's got himself the Chakram now coming out, so he is finding himself the last hits, but it just feels like the harass. Erase keeping this Timbersaw low. If they get a rotation in, Astigore going to be stealing out these watches. There's your Class Recruits out in the jungle. Class Recruits are actually looking to skip the wave. And then when he skips the wave, he gets the farm onto the neutrals as well. Darkseer, net worth-wise, he is top of the net worth. He's having a really good time. Oh, they're going to be able to go into Lucas now as well. The Tombstone gets dropped. He's going to be able to get off the Strength Morph. But how much damage can they do? Decay stats coming through in a race. He will be able to get the kill. Asgore's going to rotate down. They're going to be able to take down this tier 1 tower. Centaur comes through. You've got 4 heroes down here. Which, that's going to be way more pressure than they actually need to get it. But it's still going to be applied nonetheless. And while they do this, they're going to be able to get a tier 1 tower straight through the Twin Gates if they want to. Look to trade off, get themselves another tier 1 tower.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Darkseer, that's the mana boots complete on the Darkseer now as well. He's going to be able to spam out on these Iron Shells. Level 3 Iron Shells coming up to level 4. And not a lot of that Moneymakers can do to try and stop this one. So we'll see just how they're going to be able to put the pressure. No, bottom lane though. Do they want to go into Lucas? I mean, Class Recruiter's level 6 doesn't have the skill up into the wall, which fair enough. He wants that overwhelming damage coming through from the Iron Shell. Erase. Which way is he going to go here? Bigum's going to be here. Picks up the haste. Did he want to go for this one? No, Enchantress to purge it off. And it looks like, at least this time, Bignum's going to be able to get himself away. Fast moving Pugna. I mean, Pugna's pretty fast moving anyway. 330 movement speed, I'm pretty sure, at base. While this is going on, Lucas finding the farm close to the tier 2 tower. Class recruit, so still level 6, so again, still doesn't have a point in the wall. We will see just how they're going to play around this one. 6-1 already coming out from Sibe. Lucas looking to find out the farm. This Morphling, does he want to go back for another one? It's not going to be the, it's going to be the Falcon's Blood, actually. It starts off pulverizing the top lane. They get the kill onto BB. Sinister Gaze comes through. Erase. Taking a lot of damage. Might go down himself. Doesn't have a point in the uproar, so will be taken care of. Where's the rest of his teammates? Do you want to try and rotate into this one? Igor, Slayer with a good kill onto Erase. Bignum's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Velo rotating in. Bignum just has to move himself away from the meta of the Terrorblade. Igor now looking, while this is going on though, going to the rotation from the back lines. Ench just getting some wards down. Does he have a creep? It's actually going to be the Wild Wing Ripper, so he's going to have a vacuum into a Hurricane drag back if they want to go for this one. Where's that Hurricane? Not going to come through onto Lucas yet. Lucas, yeah, he's got himself even got himself a Molten Mask. Just to make sure he can always keep up and sustain. Get that life back. Go towards the Falcon's Blade. Mid lane. Slayer might not be so lucky. Erase, he wants some revenge here. Yeah, the surge comes through. Slayer was that onslaught 1 second. He's going to be able to get himself in. The vacuum comes through. Astigore gets the kill. They're even going to be able to drop the tombstone coming through Igor as well as Bignum. If you want to move into this one, the Nether Ward is down. They might be able to force something out here. Fortification comes out. You still have way too much. You've got to take down that Nether Ward though, and Erase will be able to step up. Just be able to clean this one up with the last hits. Yeah, give himself an extra bonus 20 gold here. Tombstone still down for another 11 seconds. What level is it? It's only a level 1 tombstone.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
As the damage coming through, since the gaze once again, Primal Beast taking a lot of damage. He has that shield rune this time though, to be able to come through, and Slayer should this time go down. Enchantress with the enchant even picks up the kill. One last impetus for good luck. Well, not Slayer's good luck. Primal Beast. How's he looking? Blade Mail? Okay. Gonna be able to sit him inside of the damage being thrown out. It doesn't have a way to force the attacks onto him, but the Blade Mail should still be nice onto Erase.
Radiant are scanning.
And he's gonna make another rotation. Pulverize is up as well. So yeah, they are gonna be able to go here. What do they want to group up though?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Is it going to be... Smoke's going to wear off. Ego's looking for a rotation behind. Going to be able to steal out this bounty rune. Backline though. Oh, they're going to try and use the Flash Golem now as well. Ego's caught out. Do they have enough control? The vacuum! Oh, Timber Chain. He tries to use that to get himself away. The tip's going to come through that vacuum just at the right time. And Igor, he oversteps his mark. He oversteps, completely gets killed off. Black hole on the back lines. Onto the Primal Beast. If you have enough to get the kill now, well, BB has to try and move himself away from this one. You've got that Frost Shield coming through. Next, they want to go for the chase down. Piggy Pole gets used. Enigma. It's a lot of damage. And they should be able to, with this Metamorphosis, get a... No? Do they want to defend this on the side of Moneymakers? It looks like they do. Lucas on the bottom lane, still looking to push out, still trying to find his farm here on the Morphling. Not too far behind the Terrorblade here. So it's not awful coming through, but again, Ego's going to be careful about how far forward he steps. Both mid laners are just overstepping their bounce. Yeah, Igor... Blood Grenade comes out, Centaur Stomp, it stops it once again. Timber Chain comes through, but the Enchantress with the Timber Chain, with the Stomp, stops that Timber Chain. Igor. Frost Shield comes out into Bignum. BB, the Black Hole is down for the next 143 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Primal Beast wants to go in now as well. He might be able to get the trample damage. Is it going to be enough? Since the Gaze comes out, keeps the Primal Beast locked down for a little bit, but the Pulverize will be committed to get the kill. Hell, maybe even trying to farm these neutrals. So yeah, they want to push down. BB has to go for the TP away, and they should be... No, he cancels it? Oh, he cancels it. It means that's down now for the next, what, 50 seconds or so? Doesn't even have one. Doesn't matter, doesn't have one. No slot. Velo, going to be coming through. The K's onto the Enigma. The Enigma has the Eidolons here, though. Bignum, yeah, going to try and dissuade them from pushing in to that tier 1 tower. Bottom lane. They're going to come through. Strength. Morph coming out from the Morphling. Do they have the damage to get through this one now as well? Bignum rotates in. He has that life drain to come back into the Morphling. And he won't be able to get the kill. But it just puts the fear of God into Lucas. And I don't know where Lucas is going to be feeling safe to farm. Top lane. They're still looking to put the pressure out, but BB's going to be able to keep them away with the Eidolons. Going into a Hand of Midas on the Enigma as well, so it will be a Hand of Midas. Take a look at the odds. Sibbe is the favorites at the minute, but it seems like Moneymakers have been able to slow this game down. Maybe not. Primal Beast, does he want to go? BB wouldn't have the black hole, so they are going to be able to take the tier 1 tower on the top lane. Grouping themselves up. And now Netsphere actually pops this Metamorphosis. Do they want to put the pressure on? They know, or they should have an idea. There's still no black hole yet. 27 seconds. Class Recruiter, though. We're going to get the TP away just to protect the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Chase down. Velo. Ooh, the Crep comes out. Netherblast, they're going to be able to get the kill. Igor straight up deletes the Undying with that Decrepit Curation. Level 3 on that there as well. So that Undying had no chance once that damage came through from the Timbersaw. And they are still giving away silly kills, it seems like, on the side of Sibbe. So the mistakes are still there. Maybe seeing why they might have gone down, not being able to win a game. But confidence should be high coming into this series. The second game of the series, excuse me. As the Darkseer. Not even going to be the Greaves. Just straight up Ags. Not even going to be after the pipe gets complete. Going back for another Vanguard here. Just, yeah, straight up Ags coming after the Darkseer. If he wants it, he can buy the point booster up. What would he want to try and turn the Vit booster into a little bit later on? Because he does he want to go for an Octarine on Class Recruiter? Maybe. So we'll see. Again, Moneymakers just seem to have slowed the game down a little bit, and Sibbe, they feel comfortable with this. They want to get out the next items. They don't need to overpressure, you know, they don't need to overextend too much.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Darkseer just leading the line with the pushing. While this is going on, the BB's going to be able to push out with the Eidolons on the top lane. Blink Dagger is up for the Enigma. It looks like he does have that Hand of Midas still queued up, but the Blink Dagger maybe just a little bit more beneficial here before the Hand of Midas comes out. And I wonder if he still commits to that Hand of Midas, or is just straight into the bit. Well, we'll find out, because he's not buying up the Glove of Haste. So it might just be he wants to go for the BKB. The extra on that black hole jump in. And this is what I think the Enigmas need from the get-go here, because really the only way to interrupt it is what the vacuum as well as the pulverize. And the Primal Beast didn't go for a Blink Dagger off the bat. Could be going back for a BKB. So we'll see if this is going to be the stop here from the side of Sibbe on the tier 2, or whether they want to go for more, because they do have this pressure pushing in. They have the Alpha Wolf. TP's coming back from Moneymakers, so they are going to call a bluff and send at least 2 heroes back from the side of Moneymakers. Roshan, it is going to be a top Roshan at the minute, so maybe with these TPs coming back, they might look to make a beeline towards this Roshan pit. Morphling going to be caught out, gets that waveform away from the Darkseer. Darkseer no way to control, but there will be the onslaught in. BB, he's way in the back lines, got that Blink Dagger, who's going to be able to get the catch on. Gets the catch on to 2 heroes now as well, but the Primal Beast is away from them. The black hole right above him, so he wasn't going to be interrupted. The vacuum comes through, was that wall already been used. Don't want to drop this to get the kill into Class Recruit, so it was used on the high ground? What? Why didn't I see that? Because they do get the kill. Igor trying to force something out. Does he want to go for more? Force comes through. Has to go. He might be able to go for more. Since the gaze. Enchantress locked down. The life drain comes out. They do get the kill. And now Bignum, he's going to fall. Igor trying to do what he can with the Will and Death in the Chakram, but Terrorblade standing his ground. Okay, 2 for 2. You do lose 2 supports in favor of an offlaner as a support, one of the highest heroes. Well, was one of the highest heroes net worth, but Igor, he might not be so lucky. The Pulverize comes out. Blade Mail's going to be there for enough damage here onto a race. And they get the chase down. Ego, does he get himself away? Chakram, he was trying to break the trees to get the timber chain up to the high ground. It won't work out like this. And the tips come through. They're going to be able to get themselves another tier 2 tower on the side of Sibe. It was clever thinking for the timber saw, but it just doesn't work out for him.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Top lane. Classic Cruto. Actually, yeah, still going towards. He's actually going to buy up the Ogrex now as well. So he's still going towards the Acceptor here on the Darkseer. So you get the wall. You drop the wall onto the Morphlin. You get a normal punch out there as well. An extra illusion. How's the Morph looking in terms of items? Just wants to go straight Ags after this Manta Cell. So kind of a similar build-up. Actually didn't finish off the Falcon's Blade either. So just straight up, yeah, Manta Cell comes out for the Morph. He wants that protection coming through from the Purge there of the Manta Cell. So the Falcon's Blade is just going to be running around with a casual fluffy hat. Maybe potentially sells that one off. Could go... You don't really want to go back for Falcon's Blade that late on in the game. Is it a nice early game item? But yeah, I think Lucas might be selling this one sooner rather than later. Sibe, do they want to group up for Roche? The Terrorblade isn't going to be there. Darkseer as well as the Primal Beast making the ways over. They're going to be able to get a kill. They clean up on I don't even know what he was doing then. Bottom lane, though, they might trade off here for Astigo. Astigo does have the 1 point, though. Into those Nature's Attendants. Ego rotates in. There's going to be the Will and Death coming through. Chakram there as well being thrown out. Slay goes for the TP away. While this is going on, Morphlin is just trying to farm it where he can. This mid lane, yeah, he's trying to take it down. There is no ward there. The Ench trying to get a bit of a D-ward going. Will be spotted there. Velo gets the credit and the gold. See if you want to go for this one. I mean, BB, he has that BKB up in about 1,000 gold if he still wants to go towards it. He's going to try and get himself away with the piggy pole. So yeah, BKB up at about 1,000 gold. Blink Dagger is going to be active, and obviously he's got that black hole coming through in the next 6 seconds. So BB with the 3 Bs, not too far away. And this could be good timings, especially if Sibe feel confident enough to go towards Roshan, committing to the pit. And BB finds a good jump here on the Enigma. You've got to kill that Enigma before you even attempt to go to Roshan. Bignum's got to be careful, though. Welcome himself up onto the high ground, and Nesphia was there. Wisdom Runes goes the way of... Did he get both? Oh, it looks like he did. Oh, no, there was just 2 there. Okay, so there wasn't one picked up at the 14-minute mark. He just picked up 2. Okay, good XP there for Astigo. I think that's what it was, right? He didn't... I didn't see on the map. There's a race. Looking again, just to put this mid lane under pressure. I'm surprised they've not looked for a smoke gank. Maybe they don't feel comfortable yet because Terrorblade's going towards the Skadi. He's going to have that Skadi gold in about 500. 400 gold now, so could go that way and not have to worry about going for a gank, going into the Roshan pit just yet. Because they do have the outpost there. The lane is being pushed in from the Enigma, though. So I'm surprised the Darkseer isn't trying to de-push this lane. And I think the Darkseer, how far away from that Acceptor is he? 50 gold. Yeah, this creep wave should be enough. The Iron Shell comes through. Should get one more creep. If the tower doesn't get greedy to take it away from him, there's the gold. There is the Acceptor. Gonna go back to Fountain for mana as well. Win probability? Dire 72%. Okay, I can feel that. Odds-wise, Sibe, again, the game has slowed down rapidly from the early aggression. Roche down the bottom part of the map, and now they will be able to make a move into it. Yeah, tier 1 tower for the Darkseer to TP2. They have outposts and twin gates if it was on the other side of the map here as well, if anyone got ganked. And it looks like Sibe, they're going to be able to get this one for free. MoneyMakers not even grouping up to this. They are not making a move here, lads. Free Roshan. Aegis goes away in Nesphia, and this might be... I mean, you've got a 3-man smoke coming out from the side of MoneyMakers. They might want to try and make something happen here. Maybe trying to use Ego as bait. As Sibe, they're going to feel more than comfortable pushing into this. with this Aegis now. They might even try and go high ground. Yeah, Skadi's up. You've got the Aegis for the next 4.5 minutes. They can jump in. They go for maybe the deal. Lucas is going to try and take the form. Does he have the... He does. He has the access to the backlines, so the jump comes in. Do they get the kill into Slayer? Slayer more and more rightly trying to keep the control out, but he does have the one heal as well as that Guardian... It's not the Guardian's, excuse me. The Glimmer Cape. Slayer, though, will finally go down. Astigo picks up the kill. They want to go for more Lucas. He is being beaten down. He is... Well, he's full strength morph coming through. He's got the waveform, but change onslaught. Yeah, they've got the control. They should have this kill into the morphin now. They absolutely do. Erase takes down Lucas. And where are they going to look to? Erase might put pressure onto the mid lane while the Terrorblade coming through here does have about half this meta left in the fight. Going towards the Lincolns again. We spoke about it. If you get the Illusion Steel with the Ag Scepter on the Morphlin, that Lincoln's not super useful, but Midnight Pulse will be dropped. Trying to zone out. There's pushing from Sibe. They're going to be able to come in the mid lane as well here. The creep wave will be pushing in. Frost Shield comes out onto the tower, but you can see where Nesfi is positioned himself. They might even be able to get the kill onto Bignum. Bignum with the Glimmer Cape, trying to keep him alive. They're going to be able to get a line of racks. Surely here, Fortification comes out. They just want Nesphia grouping up onto this tier 3 tower. And the Morphin's back up in 3 seconds, though. Doesn't have the Morph for another 24.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Igor trying to push Nesphia away. They might have actually done it. So they're going to get a tier 3 tower and nothing more. Even losing the Tombstone there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But it does open up the bottom lane for the side of Sibe. Did the Enigma? The Enigma went for his BKB. Lost his courier as well, so it's not going to be the Hand of Midas. It's just what he had queued up. Yeah, so it's going to be the BKB for BB and not the Hand of Midas coming out for him. Again, if he's got the jump potential to come through, he has to cast a Black Hole on himself and catch the Dark Tier out of it, I'm pretty sure. But it would mean that then the Primal Beast wouldn't be able to get in range for the Pulverize and interrupt that Black Hole. Morphling going towards his Satanic. Yeah, Enigma. Is that the shard as well for the Enigma? I think it is being flown out to him. Or was it? No, it was actually the Morphling shard. So he's going to have the attribute shift even when he's stunned up. He can still shift up and down where he needs to. 17 to 6 of Sibe. They're looking really good in this game. 6k net worth lead as well. They're grouping up, maybe looking to take the last tier 2 tower down on the top lane. There's Nesphia. How far away is that Lincoln Sphere? It's still a ways away.
Dire's courier has
Still
been
about
killed.
1,500 gold, 1,400 gold. No. He loses his courier. That is an ultimate orb. I mean, he still has this Aegis for another minute and a half. It's going to be a minute after that he does get his courier back. So he doesn't really have a slot. Could have swapped out the Wraith Band, though, to be fair. As he take down this tier 2 tower in the top lane, Morphling try to do what he can to put the pressure on, but do they call the bluff? Again, Lucas. Fortification comes out. They want to group up. Again, they have this Aegis going. They have that Metamorphosis form if they need to pop it. The Frost Shield comes through. They want to go for this tier 3 tower, maybe even a bait to force out a TP, to force out a fight back here from the side of Moneymakers.
Radiant's top tower is under
Charkham comes through. Nesphia just moves out of the way. Yeah, Fortification is going to be used. Tombstone. It's on the medium ground. Not the high ground, but not quite the low ground either. This looks like Ego wants to come in. Do they take this tier 3 tower down? Frost Shield comes again. They get the Black Hole. They get the jump onto the Terrorblade, but only the Terrorblade. He has that Aegis coming through. Nesphia, he might not even die here. Couldn't get the Sunder off, so the Aegis will be popped now. Chain Frost bounces around. The wall comes through. There's going to be the respawn coming through from the Terrorblade. And the Metamorphosis is down, but they take down the Nether Wall. They're going to be able to take down this tier 3 tower. They want to go for Axe. They want to push in, bullwhip, slow down, but they know there's no Black Hole, no Refresher. Nesphia feeling even more comfortable coming into this one.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
And yeah, they get a range racks. Nesphia, does he want to stop? Uproar being popped by the Primal Beast. Again, that wall is down. Everybody alive on the side of Sibe. But do they want to go for this? Iron Shell's coming through on the Nesphia now as well. Nesphia just goes straight up Sunder. Pops that Manta, will be able to walk himself away. Yeah, they get a range racks. They're picking out Tormentors. Nesphia at least... Oh no, it's going to be the Wisdom Rune. So he picks up the Radiant Wisdom Rune. And Sibe are going to be more than happy with job done there. They take down a tier 3. They take down a range racks. They force the TPs back. And okay, they lose the Aegis. So, He probably wanted to get the Sunder off before he went down. Ego, though, the vacuum comes back. Do they have the control? Normal punch here. Timbersaws illusion. Well, he just cleans it up for extra gold. He says, thanks for the 5 gold. Sibe backing themselves away bottom lane. Bottom lane. The Primal Beast, oh, he was hunting. Actually goes the other way. So blinking himself out, goes towards the Wisdom Rune. Close towards that level 17, level 18 on the Primal Beast coming out soon. Gonna be the heart for the Primal Beast as well, so he wants that extra survivability. Will be able to go for the push through. Once he's got that heart, because he probably outlasts the damage coming through in the black hole. Oh, back in the Radiant Jungle, though. Ego is going to be clipped by the vacuum coming through. Do they want to go for it again? Oh, excuse me. The vacuum comes out there. It looks like Ego just got self-clipped. Drums get popped. Do they have the chase down now as well? Is the race going to be pushed back? He's got some save. He just wants to pulverize down, trample down, and onslaught down in this mid lane. The uproar break's going to be nice for the Primal. It's going to be really nice for him. Once that heart does come out. What's he? About 700, 800 gold away from the heart. Terrorblade, how is he looking towards? He's already got that Lincoln Sphere coming out for the Terrorblade. So maybe what, like a Daedalus to come out for him next. Morphlin, what does he want? He wants that Satanic out. He has the gold for at least the Reaver. But while this is going on, while he's trying to farm this one up, he will be losing another Rax to the side of Sibe. The pressure onto the mid lane here with illusions coming through from a race. Ego, he dived himself in. The pulverize is going to be there. They have the control. They have the kill into the Terrorblade. They're going to be able to get this kill. They take him down. Terrorblade's down for the next 48 seconds. Vacuum back. Big wall coming through now as well. Lucas away in the waveform, but it's still going to be a cleanup coming through in the Bugner. He has to buy back. So does Slayer. Lucas at least gets himself onto the wall with a wave. It's a good 3-man drag back there. Sibe, they're able to go for another lane of Rax potentially. The Metamorphosis is out for the Terrorblade. It's about to finish off now, but they do get a range Rax once again. Wall still down. They're just inviting Moneymakers to fight into this one because Bignum and Slayer had to buy back. Normal punch comes out into Lucas. Lucas taking some harass from his own illusion. Chain Frost bounces out. There's still enough though. They have some control onto Nesphere, but Nesphere turns himself around. He says, okay, I took no damage from that. Pulverized now onto the Morphin. Timbersaws going to be coming back alive. Backline's going to be the jump in with the black hole coming through. Do they have the control? They don't. And Erase, he has that heart. He still goes. They're going to be able to get the kill onto BB. BB will fall, and now Lucas, he's going to be low on health. Can he get himself away? The waveform comes out once again. Igor, ooh, the damage coming through. But Igor will be able to get himself away with the Timber Chain. And yeah, I mean, Sibe, they have a tier 3 tower exposed in the bottom lane. It's gone down. Those Rax are vulnerable. Erase out on the onslaught. They just want to go tier 4s though. They don't want to make it megas just yet. They've got themselves a 15k net worth lead at 13 minutes, so Tombstone gets dropped and now moving themselves over to the range Rax. They want these megas. They want the constant pressure on the base. Pulverize, they're going to be able to get for the blade mail now. Again, Eagle, good vacuum back. Can they follow up and get the kill onto both now as well? Lucas, he's going to be the next one. No, Slayer just calls GG. They know they have no fight back potential here on the side of Moneymakers, and Sibe, for the first time in this tour, get themselves a series on the board. It was a rough going, but for now, they keep the destiny in their own hands. Like I say, we look forward if Cybercats are able to take the game against Matreshka, and again, Cybercats, they're fighting for their own survivability, so it's not just doing a favor for Sibe, it's doing a favor for themselves. So Cybercats, if they beat Matreshka, and Sibe beat Matreshka on the last day, we could be forced into 3-way tiebreakers to see who stays up and who's going to go down in Division 2. But Sibe, it all relies on this next series. Cybercats lose to Matreshka. Cybercats will be on a 1 and 5 with no way to get themselves onto that 3 series that Matreshka will be sitting on, and Sibe will be confirmed down there as well. Yeah, it will. I think it confirms both relegations if Matreshka win here. No, yeah, it would, because Cybercats wouldn't have the chance to get 3 wins on the board, so it would. So Matreshka, if they win, they relegate not only Cybercats, but Sibe too. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go back and check the maths. But if not, Cybercats, Sibe, they keep the destiny in their own hands. That is going to be coming up in about, what are we looking at, 14? So in about an hour's time. It's going to be Hurry Freak taking over from me, and then I will be back for the final series of the day, which is going to be Navi versus Storm. That's going to be a duo cast between me and Hurry. But for now, guys, it is going to be about an hour's break, so you have a perfect opportunity to get yourself some dinner, get yourself a quick stretching, maybe quick walking, come back for the second series of the day. It is going to be Matreshka versus Cybercats. We'll see you after this longer break.